Terror on the Tube.
Welcome to Terror on the Tube, where we watch and discuss horror and suspense made for TV movies from the 70s, 80s, and on occasion, the 1990s. I am Gilman Joel, and my co-hosts are, as always, Pumpkinhead Peter.
Me, hi.
And the Horror Unicorn, aka Allison.
What's up, witches?
We've been doing this for ages. I still haven't got this pointing thing.
Well, you froze perfectly.
You had to bring that up.
Yeah. So I will say I apologize in advance. I'm at the rubber band stage as an almost 50-year-old man with braces. Those that have had braces, if you know, you know. It kind of sucks, but I'm trying my damnedest to not talk like this. So we'll see how that goes.
Couldn't you just like down in the south play it? Ding, 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 ding,
Actually, I've been doing that. I actually,
you're kidding me.
I can hear it. Listen. Could you hear it?
Well, slightly.
Okay, all right.
You should have one of them.
What they call a mouth harp. Isn't that the Peanuts? They had the mouth harp. Boing,
yeah.
boing, boing.
Listen, don't knock those. I had a mouth harp, a green one actually, and I had that for ages.
And just so everyone got that, Peter is very talented with the mouth harp. I love you, Peter. All right, we are talking Terror on the Tube, not that kind of terror. We are talking Summer of Fear,
1978.
What do you mean, actually?
It was called Stranger in Our House.
Oh,
when
was
it was
really?
shown on TV, which was, hang on.
Was that also? Hold on. Back up.
I know when it was.
Stranger in the House. Was that also?
Oh, in the house. Hang on.
No. Stranger in the House was also, I think.
Oh yeah,
but
this
title
was okay.
that Black Christmas got hit with at one point. Like when they would, they used to do that with movies where they would change the title periodically, I guess, to get maybe people think they haven't seen it before.
Because this was Stranger in Our House. Sorry,
but the book it's based on was called Summer of Fear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll get it because when it was released on TV, it was originally aired on Tuesday, October 31st, 1978 on NBC. Nice. And that's when it was called Stranger in Our House. But later when they re-showed and it was put out on VHS, and when it went, I think it was theatrically over here on the other side of the world, it was called Summer of Fear. So
they pulled a Duel with it. They did it theatrically because Duel was a TV movie that apparently was theatrical overseas only. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. So what's the synopses, good sir?
Yeah. Let's see. A teenage girl's life is turned upside down after her cousin moves into her house. And as time goes by, she begins to suspect that she may be a practitioner of witchcraft. The cousin, not the teenager.
Yes. So this is a movie. Let's go around the horn here real quick. Allison, had you seen this movie before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's a Wes Craven movie, and
that's true.
I read about it and was like, "Oh, I need to watch that because Wes Craven, Linda Blair, and it's a witch movie." So.
Yeah, that's right. Peter, had you seen Summer of Fear?
Hall of Shame? No.
Well, I am joining you. You are not alone.
You are sit on my lap. Sir.
I will sit on your lap while you play the mouth harp.
Oh,
not different podcast.
Yeah, this got awkward real quick.
I don't think I'm part of that podcast. Welcome to Spooky Flicks Fest.
Hey, we're here. I'm ready for the spooky season. It's funny with Craven. I love Craven. I've seen, I think, pretty much everything theatrical he ever made, except, although I don't think it was a TV, Deadly Blessing. That's the one with the Amish, right?
That is not a TV movie.
Yes, that's not theatrical.
I own that, and I've never seen that. That's one of the only ones of his.
That's with the spider thing, isn't it?
Yes, and is it a Sharon Stone? Yeah,
Sharon
and My Soul to Take. I think those are the only two things.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, that was the last movie I think he did other than Scream 4. So yeah, I think this may be the only two of his I've never seen, except for a couple of his TV movies, like Chiller. I think we had determined when we covered that. I'd never seen it.
Yeah. I think there's another. I'm not sure.
Invitation to Hell until we covered it.
Yeah. Well, I think there's one more. I'm not sure.
Night Visions, is that a TV movie? That's a TV movie he made that I have not seen either.
I had not heard of until recently, because when we did Chiller, I was like, oh, I think I've seen all the Wes Craven made for TV movies. And then I was reading an article saying there's this fourth one. I mean, he did another made for TV movie that's not horror and suspense. It's like something with fireworks in the title. I don't recall.
That may be one of his adult pictures he made.
It's a TV movie.
The Fireworks Woman?
You can show adult movies on TV, can't you?
On the channel. No, I think that was like I think that's a family film.
What?
I know he did adult movies. I don't think that's an adult title.
Well, here's the if it's the Fireworks Woman.
Fireworks
ready for
in your pants.
Hold
on.
Hold on. Here's the synopsis: the sexual exploits of a girl in love with her brother, who decides to join the priesthood.
Okay,
so
you know what? Maybe that. I stand corrected. I thought it was a family movie. I don't know, because I thought I read that he did like a Disney TV movie.
He did do a Magical World of Disney TV.
I think
movie.
I was getting the two. Yeah. See, I would be the worst parent. I don't have children.
We have some family connection freaky stuff in this one too.
I also have another in the adult film arena. If you go looking for Night Visions, it's Night Visions 1990. There is an adult film named Night Visions, which is, if you want to watch a Lynchian adult film from the early 80s, please do. But it also has a Wall of Voodoo song in it. It's very interesting. I learned about that from the Projection Booth podcast, which sometimes covers golden era adult films. When they were being creative and stuff. So, but Night Visions, the TV movie from 1990, is a Wes Craven movie that is not an adult film.
With James Remar. It has James Remar in it, which is cool. I've never seen that one. I'd love to see that as well.
It sounds interesting.
Hopefully, it's got a serial killer vibe. So hopefully it's on our list, Peter.
I'll check later.
Okay. Well,
he's like, oh man, I got to put
not another one.
On the list.
Yeah.
So
anyway. This movie, like Peter, I had never seen. And what I will say this right off the bat. I'm not going to give away how I feel about this movie yet. What I did love, though, this is the follow-up to Hills Have Eyes. So it came out the year after, and Hills Have Eyes is one of my favorite Craven movies. I freaking love that movie. Always have. And it's interesting because I think with Chiller, because Chiller came out, ironically, well, not ironically, coincidentally, I think shortly after Hills Have Eyes Part 2, and after Nightmare on Elm Street, so to be fair. And Invitation to Hell is the movie he made before Hills Have Eyes Part 2. So 84, other than, I was about to say wasn't a great year for him, but he did do a Nightmare on Elm Street. So yeah, I guess that could be considered a great year. But I feel like Invitation to Hell and Hills Have Eyes Part 2 are probably, for most people, I like both of those movies, actually. And yes, I like Hills Have Eyes Part 2, Father Son Watch Horror. Matt loves to bust balls about the fact that I have tried to defend Hills Have Eyes Part 2. I like that movie.
Seen the sequel. Yeah, I know. I remember Dave Becker going off about the dog having flashbacks.
The dog has flashbacks,
on HMP,
which is amazing. And
why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
How do you know? You're not a dog's head.
Dogs have memories.
Of course they do. Yeah. So it's a cool German Shepherd, and he totally has memories. So yeah, I like that movie. I don't care. But this one I think is interesting for a number of reasons. And I will not try to front, as the kids say in 1992. I really, really dig this movie. The only thing that sucks is because I want to make sure I got it done in time. I'm going to make sure I'm full transparency. I had to watch like the second half in 1.5 speed, which your brain apparently Dave Z does this normally. Dave, I apologize if you ever see this and I'm completely wrong, but I feel like I heard him say he will watch movies at like 1.5 or even sometimes 2 speed because he has stuff to get through. And I'm like, that would drive me insane to do. I hate that because I want to experience the movie the way it was intended. Part of that is the pacing of the shots and the performances. That said, 1.5 speed wasn't horrible. Like your brain does adjust. It kind of like sound, right? It does adjust at some point. I wouldn't recommend it on the regular, and I will rewatch it again at some time. But even at 1.5 speed, I actually really liked it, and I appreciated the fact that Craven like the direction of the movie and like the camera work, I see why they decided to give it a theatrical release. This is a step above, I think, a lot of TV movies of the era. It's kind of like what Duel, you watch it, you're like, okay, there's something else going on here. This isn't just made for TV movie, quote unquote. Where they just kind of stick the camera on sticks and, hey, go. There's a lot of camera movement and real thought to how he blocked a lot of the shots. I'm sure we'll get into some of the more, shall we say, creepier aspects of this movie. Knowing that it's
like the
Craven,
part where the son kind of has the hots for his cousin.
Forget the son, dude.
Yeah.
How about Uncle Bob or whatever the hell his name was?
I mean, yeah, they're kind of like knocking on Appalachia in this movie.
Here's the thing, though, and I have a feeling, being that it's Craven, everything's intent. I don't believe for a second that this is not the kind of, like, we've covered movies before where there's that part of you that goes, they had to know what they were doing, right? Like, there's no way they didn't know.
Oh, for sure.
But he Craven, I know knows. There's no doubt in my mind.
So again, like, we always spoil these in case you're new.
Oh, yes.
I just thought I'd say that really quick because
I'm glad you caught that. Yes.
So I think there is definitely like an incestual attraction happening on multiple levels in the story, and I think
agreed.
The way it could be justified is that it's supposed to explain her, the usurper in the story, the stranger in the house, or in our house. She's got a pull on people. She's drawing people in. She's pushing people beyond their will. She's enchanting people. She's bewitching people. Yeah. So that gives some spoilers as far as like what's happening. And if you haven't seen it.
Sorry.
I'm just going to say it's on several streaming services for free. It's on Tubi. I think the Roku channel has it. It's on YouTube usually. And then
3 versions, I think.
We watched it on something called Fossum, I think, because Drew came home.
That one. Yeah, I've seen that.
Drew wanted to try something new. He's like, "What's this Fossum thing?" And then we were subjected to the same commercial 50 times and wanted to gouge our ears out. Like, it was just like, I don't want to hear this jingle anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend watching it on Fossum. Tubi is less obnoxious with the commercials, or you might be able to find an ad-free version on YouTube. It's all over the place, pretty easy to find. So just that being said.
Very cool. Well, and I do want to say, going back to that ending piece about her and the whole potential incestuous aspect, as again, major spoiler for the end, as it turns out, it's not even their cousin. So now, and arguably they were under her spell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's one of those where, okay, yes, technically, and it's meant to be awkward and uncomfortable. It's meant to make you feel like, oh, what the heck? So, and again, that's why I say with Craven, that's all intentional.
If you have an alluring cousin, it's okay.
Look, and I mean, I'm sure there's been the whole like, oh, you had a crush on your cousin thing.
Yeah,
I am from the South, folks. But
and again, if it's a second cousin, it's a gray area.
Oh, that's a gray area.
Well,
is it really
you're
though?
Plugging up now.
All right. No, I would say, like, I could see like a little kid, like he's got a pretty older cut. Yeah, like that kind of thing. Okay, but.
Wasn't a little kid.
No, he was not a little kid.
It was weird that he was crushing on his cousin, but I actually found it weirder that the family was encouraging it. Like
that was where it really was.
Linda Blair as his sister is encouraging it.
She's really pretty.
Mom and dad are encouraging it in this story, and dad is also hot for her. So that's so it's like also a whole other level of ick. Like there's a lot of just weird.
Yeah, but she kind of okay, I'm not going to say that. She kind of draws them all in.
Yes.
I mean, as the movie progresses, even her best friend, the nanny, Fran Drescher, we'll get to that.
I love that Fran Drescher's.
Yeah,
I know.
Even that friend, everybody is on the cousin Julia's side, or more or less, even her kid brother. So she kind of pulls them in.
And then gaslights the hell out of Linda Blair.
Well, this is like a classic usurper story, and I have to say, like, normally when we watch stuff, sometimes I get an inclination that Joel isn't going to like it, Or I'll be like, I don't know. It's a toss up. Like Drew and I will talk about this. I'm like, he might
Mhm.
like it. He might not. He always surprises me. And I was watching this again last night and I was like, you know what? I feel like he's going to like this one.
Good call.
Because the way it's shot is really great. But also, you're a big fan of The Stepfather. And this is sort of a witchy version of The Stepfather movie.
Actually, I thought it reminded me of that. It reminded me of Single White Female. Like it was Single White Female with a witch.
Oh, yeah.
It's totally, and that usurper / interloper kind of.
Yeah. And I was like, I knew you like that kind of story. And I'm like, I feel like he's going to like this one.
And especially, you know what this thing did that I love, and I've missed this in thrillers and horror movies, and you get it every once in a while, but I feel like this used to be probably more of a trope back then. That where you make your villain super arrogant about what they're pulling off, like they're gaslighting the lead, and you're totally with the lead, and you know they're being gaslighted. It pisses you off as much as it pisses them. And then there's that moment where they get undermined, and you see that first glimmer of fear from them. I find that so deeply. I made something wrong about me. I find that so satisfying.
That goes for real life too.
Yeah, with somebody who's just being a real dipshit, you're like, got him. Yeah, and I love that. I really actually liked Linda Blair in this a lot. I thought she was really good.
Yeah, I mean, all of them play their parts good. I mean, you get these. They are the persons in the movie that they're portraying. So I kind of like that. And it starts off kind of frantic with that whole driving with the car, and then a car crash, and then it kind of slows down for a really long time.
Yeah, and that was Peter. Would you agree though that back to that real quick? I want to hit that point you just made. I thought that was a great way to start this movie because it does allow for character buildup. You get this, like, it's like bam, like we're immediately like
swerving up, and then it kind of slows down, and it is a slow burn, and it takes its time. I'm sure people would argue that maybe they could have shortened it down, but it kind of helps build up the characters, and also that uneasy atmosphere and feeling you get, and you also get that like you touched upon the anger, or kind of the against the cousin, because she is the arrogant. She doesn't even acknowledge this. Well, of course she's a witch, and then she knows what she's doing, but we don't know that at first. She's kind of that annoying, taking over her room, and just the way she talks about it, she's condescending, and you kind of need that time for the movie to build up, where you get that B word. So
I think if you say biatch, you're okay, Peter.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
I have to say, I'm a big fan of kind of a lot of what Linda Blair was doing around this time. Like, I'm a huge Roller Boogie fan, and I love the movie Hell House, the horror, it's like a sorority slasher type.
Hell Night.
Hell Night. Sorry,
Hell
yeah.
Night.
Thank you. Hell House is a different movie, which I also enjoy. So like, I also, this might make people a little upset with me, but I like the second Exorcist movie. I just watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not going to, I admitted to liking Hills Have Eyes Part 2, so I'm not going to really pass judgment, but I will say I have never been able to finish that movie.
I think I've seen The Exorcist enough times, and it'd been a minute since I'd seen the original Exorcist, which is so disturbing. I don't think The Exorcist 2 works as a horror movie, but it works as a weird, like, art house dream sequence stuff. And it's a John Borman movie, and you can kind of tell if you've seen other John Borman stuff. And I appreciated the music in it and the atmosphere, and like, I like weird. You also didn't like The Visitor. I kind of thought like it was a little bit like The Visitor, and it's visually very fun to look at. So
I remember not liking it as much as you guys liked it. Yeah.
No, The Visitor is
But no, they kind of make a point. That's actually that's fair. And I think actually maybe revisiting it with that if I could go and all right, this
think
is
like of it as a standalone movie.
Yeah, like an experimental art house, weird disco era flick, and not the sequel to one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
It's totally different. Okay, so again, don't want to make the horror fan mad, but like I'm a big Halloween 3 fan. If
I
you
love
love
Halloween. Who doesn't love Halloween 3?
Halloween, the
movie.
original Halloween and Halloween 2, if you're fans of those, and you back in the day saw Halloween 3, you're going to be a little upset about it because of the way it's marketed. I think if Exorcist 2 was like a different, like just a weird possession, weird spiritual warfare story that wasn't part of the Exorcist story, like the through line story, I think people might have liked it better. You know, it's like,
I think that kind of goes for Halloween 3 too, because that's what people.
So I think there's a thing there. It's like if somebody tries to take a dramatic, different direction with a franchise, or it's the sequel after a beloved classic, there's going to be blowback. And so I think I've had enough time and distance, and also The Exorcist is a really amazing movie, but I find it a very stressful and unpleasant watch. Mostly the medical stuff, actually, more than the possession stuff.
Really?
Just like her getting the spinal tap, I'm just like, oh, like that's hard. And she's so young in it, and so it was like nice to see her older and having sort of these weird psychic experiences, and it was very dreamlike. But I digress. Like basically, I like Linda Blair of this era of movies just in general, and her character goes from being, I feel like, really sympathetic to being in the middle when she's in the thick of it, kind of bratty and whiny for some of it, which was kind of grating. And Drew was like, I'm almost rooting for the witch, and I'm watching her and I'm thinking, and I just said, I think I have not read the book. These are supposed to be kind of college age kids in this movie. And in the book, I wonder if they are younger a little bit, and that, or at least the siblings might be younger, maybe not the cousin, but that maybe her behavior is a little bit more, because the way she was kind of like whining about stuff and kind of complaining to her parents, and like, that doesn't sound like something like an 18-year-old girl, or, she's like, I'm guessing she's like 17 to 19. And I feel like she sounded like a 12-year-old girl, And I just thought about, like, it's kind of like in the original Suspiria, where like some of the dialogue that the dancers have is really weird. And then you learn that, like, well, originally the story was supposed to be a dance school for younger girls. And then the script makes more sense.
Yeah.
So I was a little off put, like, on this rewatch of just like, oh, she's whining a lot. And I also didn't like that she basically confronts her cousin and is like, I'm gonna show this evidence to my friend, and I'm gonna out you. And I'm like, you believe that she's capable of doing these things, and you're telling her what your plan is. He's not gonna retaliate.
Keep your mouth shut.
The problem is that's like just bad writing, which I don't think Craven wrote this, correct? I think
he didn't write the teleplay. No, he just directed it.
Yeah, it was written by, it was Lois Duncan who wrote the novel, and then Glenn Benest and Max Keller. And that was very much, that is very much we have to have a plot contrivance to get her to go after this other character,
right,
to add an obstacle. So rather than figuring out a more clever way, like, for instance, all she had to do, honestly, all they had to do, she's on the phone with or Mr. Jarvis, or because he's like right across the street, and then you just cut to the shot of Julia like in the, like, behind a tree or listening around the corner. That's all they had to freaking do.
Or picking up the phone in another room.
And listening. And we know, and then you've added suspense, right? Because now we know she knows, but the main character doesn't know. But the problem is doing it that way, it just annoys you because that was that one right by it. I literally rolled my eye. If I rolled my eyes any further, I would have actually seen my brain because I was rolling.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
I just, even as a kid, if I thought somebody was like doing something like that, I would have been so quiet and so sneaky. And so you walk softly and carry a big stick.
Yeah, it's you know what it is? It dumbs the character down unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And she loses some level of sympathy from the audience because we're too busy thinking, why would you do something that's stupid? Like, why?
Yeah, and
also comes across as a junior high school girl.
Yeah, like a dumb. Like, I have your point. Yeah. I think even a kid wouldn't do that. If you really thought,
I mean, she loses points and credibility because she's building it up. Like, okay, she's really got something here, and then she threw out that line. I'm gonna show. Like, that was in the bedroom where they had that confrontation. I was thinking, are you did you think this through? And
yeah, did the horse kick you in the head at one point?
There you go. Yeah. Oh, we'll get into the horse later.
I mean,
but she also all of a sudden she fell down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She comes back though, like towards the end. She seems like she gets her act together and figures stuff out, and I liked that. Like by the end, I was like, okay, she's redeemed herself. To certain.
You could maybe also argue that when you're seeing her at her most whiniest, that you might be seeing it through her parents and other people's eyes, and then she comes off as whiny. If you read something else into it, but that is probably the way she comes off to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you read a little bit more into it, but probably it's
or are we the audience under the spell as well, and thus being shown what she wants us to see? I will say that back to that scene real quick, and then we'll let it go. I get having the initial, I'm going to bring you down.
Yeah, probably she wanted to just,
you know what I mean? Like, I know what you, I'm on to you. Like that's, I get what they were going for, but the problem is the second she crossed the line with, and now I'm going to go tell on you to the one guy, which by the way, that's the other, wonderful plot contrivance, which feels very tropian of the era, which is the rando character that just kind of pops up in the first act. It was like, oh, this is Dr. Jarvis. He's the resident occult expert.
Yeah, and basically the minute she dropped that line on Julia, because I'm going to go tell, I know someone. I wrote down, of course, the professor. And the kind of just a short while after, the professor collapsed.
Yep.
And they always seem to have a professor in these witch or a witch expert in these witch movies. Yeah. You know, in Midnight Offerings, there was another practitioner who was kind of like an elder in the witch community, which I liked that a lot. I thought that was a cool twist on that. But you get in other films, you know, like in Suspiria, again, another witch story, you have Udo Kier shows up for a minute to explain things to Susie Bannion about the mothers, and you know, so you just like, you have to, it's like a trope. You have to have, it's like your slasher has to have the harbinger of doom, your crazy Ralph, and your witch movie has to have Professor so-and-so,
the occult expert.
I think maybe Crowhaven Farm had somebody like that in it too, if I'm remembering. It's been a while since we covered that, but it's been a while. Yeah. So
I feel like the argument would be made, to play the devil's advocate for a second, is you got to have a way through exposition to explain to the audience what's going on by way of the main character. The best way to do that is you keep that main character ignorant to what's going on, so then you have this expert character that comes in and explains it to them, so that makes sense logically. They would need to know, but then you're also obviously giving all that information to the audience as well, without stopping everything to explain. You know what I mean? Like, I get why you do it. The problem is they always do it so clunky. At least like you said with was it Midnight Offerings? At least that was the one with the girl from Little House on the Prairie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That one, if memory serves, like that felt more integrated into the overall story. Yeah. Like, and again, it could have been one of those things where I don't know. I guess this is tropey as hell too, where you always have to have the character that goes to the back in the old day with microfiche and the library.
I was just thinking about that, and I love that so much.
And they have to go through and find, that's it. But that feels less clunky to me, even though it's so done a lot back then. Though I feel like if you do it now, it would feel fresh and new. Because
and in this one, it almost made me laugh, because they're talking outside. The professor's just leaving.
Yeah.
And and by the way, if you want to read up on it, look here in the trunk of my car. I have a bunch of books
with Encyclopedia Witchcraft right there for you, buddy. Yeah. That was funny.
I was like, that is just brilliant. He drives around with those books. Like, real convenient. You have them there, Professor.
Yeah.
So
yes,
because as that scene progressed, I was like, he's gonna pull something out of that trunk, and sure enough, I don't know, 3 or 4 books or something like that. And she made sure to hold that book up, the Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, so we saw what book. If we didn't understand what,
I think when you look this movie up, you get a still of Linda Blair holding that giant book, so you know what you're getting in for.
Oh, it was a book of witchcraft. Okay.
Yes,
so,
very subtle.
Not bringing this movie down. Just thought that was
you better not, Peter.
Of him pulling out the books of just happened to have them in the trunk of his car.
I do want to mention for cast of this movie, Lee Purcell, who plays Julia, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
She is the witchy cousin. Well, actually, technically she's not the cousin, but whatever. We may get into that.
Yeah.
Interestingly, so I was looking through her IMDb, and she was in Valley Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like I recognize her, but I don't even know if that's what I recognize.
She was in. Remember a TV movie, a truck movie, Hijack?
Oh, was she in
Yeah,
that?
she was in
She was in
that.
that one. Yeah.
Okay, I wonder if maybe because I feel like she seemed familiar, but I couldn't, place it. So okay, she was in Airplane 2, the sequel, which I have not seen in like 40 years. So I have no idea if that's
Airplane, the sequel with
Airplane 2, the sequel. That's the major stuff that Big Wednesday I know of, but I don't.
A lot of these have actually been a ton of TV stuff. So.
I was just gonna say the thing that I recognize her the most from is, and I may have said this back when we did Hijack, but she did several episodes of Murder, She Wrote as various characters.
Yeah, she did.
And had a weird Southern accent in some of those episodes as well. But yeah, I thought I was excited. I don't know, she's fun as a recurring various, villain of the week or whatever on Murder, She Wrote. And so I liked her in this a lot, and I like her when I see her pop up in things.
Actually, the cast in this one is actually pretty good.
Right, she was in real quick. She was in a movie called Dirty Little Billy, which sounds it sounds like the kind of movie that Craven might have made pre Last House on the Left, but it's not. Actually, how is this for interesting? The first off, the poster is awesome. It just says Billy the Kid was a punk in all white big letters. A more realistic, based on reality, which I guess would make it more realistic, unsensationalistic portrayal of the gritty early years of one of the most famous Wild West outlaws in history, Billy the Kid, with, I believe, Michael J. Pollard playing Billy the Kid. I am down for that. I want to see that. Anybody?
Something rings a bell, but I'm not.
I've never heard Dirty Little Billy. I've never heard of that.
Okay.
I love that when we find random movies that I actually would like to watch. All right.
She was also in a Charles Bronson movie, Mr. Majestic, which is is pretty good too. So, and again, she was in a ton of TV stuff like Murder, She Wrote, Magnum PI, Simon and Simon. So
the usuals.
Yeah. They do pop up.
Jeremy Slate, is he the dad?
Yep.
He was in a movie we might be covering in the not too distant future.
Yeah, Girls.
That's not the one.
The
Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, he was.
Wait, he's in Lawnmower Man?
Who's Father McKean. He's Father McKean.
Oh, he's okay.
He was also in The Dead Pit, which is another late 80s horror flick.
Yeah. And The Sons of Katie Elder, if anyone knows their Western.
Oh, yep. So he was in the Starman TV series, which lasted, I think, like a season, right?
I don't think I realized they made a TV show of that movie.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see it. I've never been able to track it down.
Even True Grit too. Okay, so the '69 version.
Yeah, I was gonna say original.
Yeah. He was in a bunch of westerns, so he has that kind of western look. Even with those thick ass glasses he has in this one.
I thought he was in the Rutger Hauer movie Deadlock. This is a different Deadlock. Remember Deadlock, where they had the things around their necks? They had
Wedlock. Though the Rutger Hauer was Wedlock, I think.
Was it Wedlock or Deadlock?
Yeah. No, sure? Deadlock is another one. Yeah,
you sure about that? You sure about that?
There is actually a device you could check it out.
Check that, because I think it's called Deadlock.
Don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
No one does.
That's par for the course.
We should be used to that by now. Let's see.
I don't think it's Wedlock, dude. That seems Deadlock, because it's the whole point. It's like they die.
Rutger Hauer and Mimi Rogers.
Are you sure that was there an alternate title? Because I think it was on HBO movie. I think it was also called Deadlock. I'm telling you, man.
Might be.
I'm willing to wager some cash.
No,
I would probably lose it. While you're doing that, let's keep going. Jeff McCracken plays Mike.
Why do I like saying that? McCracken.
No, I was just thinking about that. I was like, that's a fun last name. And then I was remembering how when my younger sister was a kid, she used to pick up the family dog and call her Fats McCracken. Like pick up this cute little Yorkie Terrier and be like, what's happening, Fats?
It was called It was called Deadlock in Canada, and also alternate title in the States.
I
always knew it as Wedlock.
I knew it. I'm just.
And this is why we get our listeners for these juicy tidbits.
That's right.
The riveting moment.
And Joel finding way too much satisfaction.
Yeah. Jeff McCracken.
Well, yeah. If I was him, by the way, every room I entered, I would go, release the McCracken.
Yes.
He was a director too. So.
Was he? That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Jeff East. You need to bring up Jeff East.
I recognized as a young man. I recognized him.
He played Clark Kent in Superman the movie, the original one.
Oh,
when he was
that's why.
When he's a kid. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's right. That is him. Holy crap.
He was also in Pumpkinhead.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the. I think it was one of the kills the little kid. I think he was one of the. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's part of the group of teenagers.
Yeah.
He was in the Disney. Was it the Disney versions of Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer? Were they Disney? I always thought they were Disney.
Yeah.
With Johnny Whitaker.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember watching those as a
Johnny
kid.
Whitaker, star of a talking cat.
Oh.
He was also in.
No, he was in so many things, but
he was also in a little movie called Up the Creek. If anyone has seen that one.
I've heard that title.
No.
It's a comedy thingy. We watched a ton of those back then.
Okay.
Oh, he was in Deadly Blessing.
Oh, he was in. Oh, he was. Okay, he was also in The Day After. If that's the one I'm thinking it is, the most depressing TV movie next to Testament and Threads, which those in the UK know that one. I feel like those three movies. Well, you can watch those three movies together.
That's not on our list, is it?
Some of them are TV movies, and they are horrific. So.
I do not want to watch those, Peter.
Well,
I do not play the I'm gonna be in charge here card. I do not want to sit through. I don't either.
Life
is too damn short.
Majority rule.
Yeah,
that would be totally The Day After.
Peter.
Hell, if you pick it, it's there you go.
Okay.
Allison, we will freaking go straight up revolt on this mother.
Nope, we will suffer through
it. Peter, no, it'll be awkward because we're gonna go, hey, welcome to Terror of the Tube, and then we're just all gonna stare at Peter because he'll be the only one that watched it.
Yeah. So what do you think? And I'm a tear slowly.
Yeah. Peter's just like this.
Well, depending on when we hit the movie, we might sit in that kind of situation. We never know.
All right.
Let's see. Carol Lawrence, the mom.
Not.
Okay, what have I seen her in?
Well, I mean, it's just Valley of the Dog. Oh, we lost Joel.
He's still mad. He's like,
no, he went to watch Testament the day after.
You know what you don't want to do? Hit the back button on StreamYard when you mean to do it.
Okay.
Exactly. We lost you there. She was in, let's see, Valley of the Dolls.
Okay. I know
Saved by the Bell. She was in a lot of TV. Murder, She Wrote, but everyone was in Murder, She Wrote. And
everyone,
she looks
she was in Kaz.
She was in what?
That.
She was in what?
Kaz. Kaz. That was with it was a guy who'd been in jail, and he comes and Kaczynski, I think his name. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts.
As in Ted?
No.
Is it the Unabomber story? What's happening, Peter?
No, hang on.
Is there a TV movie about that? It's not so.
No, it was a TV show. It lasted for a season, I think. Kaz. TV from 1978. Ron Liebman was in it, and let's see. Yeah, Ron Liebman played Martin Kaz Kaczynski. The cases of former car thief turned criminal attorney. Okay.
I have no idea what that is. I feel like she looks so familiar.
I mean, it was only a season, so but I remember seeing a couple of episodes. I don't remember if it was good or anything, but there's a lot of different shows back then.
She might just remind me of someone.
She's been in a lot of TV.
Yeah. So. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Professor Jarvis.
He's a Hitchcock alumni. He was in Shadow of a Doubt.
Oh, okay.
With Joseph Cotton.
I love that movie.
A good one. Yeah, it
also,
what?
If you are a soap opera fan, not only was he one of the longest running actors on Days of Our Lives, he's also the voice of the Days of Our Lives.
You ready for this?
Opening.
I think that might be actually what I recognized him from the most, mainly not because I watched it. My mother, my sister were obsessed with Days of Our Lives.
No, Drew's never watched an episode of Days of Our Lives, and he's like, "Why do I know that guy?" And I was like, "Well, he he was
He
like
was in
the
thousands of
guy for
episodes.
Days of Our Lives, and he was like, really? And then I started saying,
Yeah.
like sands through the hourglass.
Hourglass.
So then
There
she
you
was
go.
like,
These are the
that's it.
days. Yeah.
He totally
We all
was
remember
like,
the
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I remember they watched it up it through was it Marlena got possessed, that whole storyline? I remember that.
Okay, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, no,
Because
no. I watched. That's the only reason I watched any of it,
yeah.
because I remember I walked by and this woman was like basically levitating. I'm like, what?
Years
What is this?
ago, we actually floated. Our friend Chris floated that as an idea to cover on Terror on the Tube, of just like talking about horror on soap operas. And,
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
And you know, we never got around to it, but I remember having a fun conversation with him about the Marlena, because I used to watch it a little bit when I was a kid, because I'd get home from school before anyone else and it would just be on. And so, and my dad also hated soap operas with a passion. So it just kind of made me want to watch it more. So it was like, you know, come home, eat
I'll
sugary
show you,
snacks,
Dad.
when I was in junior high, that's when that possession story happened, and there was no horror in that show up until that point. So it came out of left field.
It really did. I remember being very confused for my sister.
You ready for this? 15,227 episodes as of today, Days of Our Lives.
That show did? Oh, dude, that's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
he was
soap operas run forever.
He was in 3,000 plus episodes, I think.
Wow,
that's a lot.
I mean, some of them started as radio shows.
Yeah. And I always say, and not to completely derail us here, I think too, what I feel like actors on those shows don't get proper respect, because like the amount of stuff they have to remember, and it's you know, I mean, like I feel like if you're doing a low budget movie, and I feel like there was definitely a window there. Maybe they still do this to a degree, but they would hire a lot of indie, like, you know, low budget horror flick stuff would want to hire soap opera actors, actresses, because they can just, you know, a couple takes, because they're used to 1 or 2 takes. You got to have the lines memorized. There's no, you know, I mean, it's
an intense training ground. I mean, I could run a long list of famous actors who got their start in soaps. You know,
I think I have respect.
I
have
so
many people.
British show called Emmerdale Farm. Well, it's called Emmerdale now, I think. Hugh would know this, but there's only 10,285 episodes. I thought it were more, because it started already in 1972. So we used to watch that all the time.
We won't mention there's some lady named Fran that was in this movie. We'll just keep going.
I love Fran Drescher.
I forgot that she was this is like her first.
Yeah.
So when did
debut a movie?
When did This Is Spinal Tap come out?
Well, no, like Lords of Flatbush. She was in Lords of Flatbush too, right around this time. When that early.
This is her debut movie.
When did Lords of Flatbush come out? Because she's in that, right? Or am I imagining that?
Oh God.
But I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm cheating. Oh, no, actually, Saturday Night Fever, they've got listed as her first.
Okay.
Oh, but is she credited or uncredited?
Yeah, no, Connie. It says Connie. She was probably a small part. And then American Hot Wax.
You were trying to talk like Fran Drescher there, weren't you?
Who, me? Hot Wax. You know what? I could have sworn she was in it, but maybe was it Diner? She in Diner?
No, she's not in Diner.
I love Diner.
I would remember that.
Wasn't she in Lords of Flatbush?
I have not seen that, so I couldn't tell you about that.
It's got Henry Winkler, Stallone. Okay, I got to cheat. Lords of... Okay. It's not showing up on the...
She's not in Diner, though. I know that.
Okay.
I feel like sure.
No, it's... who's in Diner that I'm thinking of? It's from Switch.
A lot of people.
Ellen Barkin.
Ellen Barkin.
People in that.
And Mickey Rourke.
She's not associated with... Why did I think she was in Lords of Flatbush?
Huh.
I don't know.
So freaking weird.
Sometimes we get these things into our mind.
I'd actually forgotten that she was in this, and then they get to the point where Linda Blair's character is like, "Oh, you know, we're gonna meet up with my friend, and we're gonna, you know, get you a new wardrobe and get you this kind of makeover." And then I was like, "Oh yeah, the friend is Fran Drescher," and I got really excited. And I
had no idea.
I was like, "Oh yeah."
UHF.
Yes.
She was in that one.
Yeah.
Dr. Detroit. So she really picked the movies.
Yeah.
She did a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if that was her intention, but she
No.
did a lot of
She was
things.
in
that
Cadillac
I-
Man
a
with,
paycheck was
Robin
probably
Williams.
her intention.
Yeah.
Right.
Hell, I would have loved to be in Dr. Dolittle. Dr. Dolittle. Well, that one too, actually. But Dr. Detroit and UHF.
What about the Beautician and the Beast? I was working at the
I
movie
never
theater
saw
when that came out. I was working at the
Yeah,
theater.
yeah,
It's funny.
I've
It was one of the
seen
few movies. Usually, everything that came out of the
pieces.
theater at that time because I was working it, I would see it.
Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
remember ever sitting through that entire thing.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, I think. She was in Cadillac Man too, you know, with Robin Williams.
Oh yeah. Jim Robbins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
What's
saw
the
that a
face?
long time
Yeah, that's
ago.
a long time ago.
But we all
I
watched
remember
The
not
Nanny.
liking it.
Yeah,
No,
I remember
that-
being
it's a
okay because it's
different
not. You know what it
kind
is? I think it came out at a time when Robin Williams, in my mind, was like Robin Williams, and I feel like he was
Mhm.
subdued or somewhat. Wasn't he kind of more? Was
Yeah,
it a little more like a
it wasn't
dramedy?
com-
Like it was
I
almost
mean, it
serious?
wasn't really a comedy.
Yeah, that's
so
what it was,
no,
yeah.
that's-
Yeah, I think I thought it was going to be funny, and it wasn't
It really wasn't
and
that
I
funny.
and I
kind
think
of
that's
a-
why I was soured on it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of these, it's the same with Leslie Nielsen. After he was in Airplane,
hmm
it kind of, he was known as that guy, but the reason they
Because he was
hired him
serious.
for
Yeah.
Airplane is because he was a serious
Yeah.
actor before.
And if you
But
haven't
after
seen it
that-
yet, Liam Neeson is actually perfect. as
Yes,
the new
I-
he
Stranger
is.
I've
We
heard
went and
that.
saw it.
Yeah, it was
so
great.
fun.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
Perfect
Even
casting.
people going in with
Yeah.
their thing that really, and they came out saying that was really.
It was
good.
shockingly
Oh, no,
good.
it
And,
was
and
a
actually,
good
who
time.
else surprised the hell out of me? Pam Anderson. She was
She was
hilarious.
So funny.
So
funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, lady, you missed your calling. Like from the jump, you should have been in
Yeah, yeah.
witchy comedies. She would have been
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, maybe she'll do more.
I hope so because she was great. And I will say
Yeah.
this: if you haven't seen the trailer for the new Naked Gun yet, do not watch it because I feel like I would have laughed even
Too late.
harder had I not seen it. Not because it's like what is the jokes go further in the movie than they do in the trailer, but they set up a lot of the jokes in the like. I feel like because there's one scene I won't say anything except for to say montage. You know what I'm talking about, Allison? Romantic montage.
Oh yeah.
Very
Yeah.
romantic.
So that part
I
of the
lost my
movie,
shit.
Drew was like, I just want a movie of that. Can we get an
Yes.
extended cut where we just see that?
Feeling good. They have the like
It's
the
similar
montage
to
like
that.
that from the first
It's
one.
similar, but
Oh,
way
So
it goes
good.
even
Nice.
Yeah, okay, but it goes even in a weirder direction. And because I had no idea, I laughed. I was hysterical laughing.
Yeah, I didn't know that was in there, and I was like, "Whoa, where are we going? Like, this is fun."
No, again,
Yeah.
it's perfect casting with Liam Neeson too, because he
Oh,
has
he
that
was
stone
great.
face,
He's exactly,
and he
you
can
know
be
him.
deadpan funny.
Yeah, it's very
Exactly with
serious.
Leslie Nielsen. The best
Yep.
part with Leslie Nielsen in
Yep.
the
Yep.
Naked Gun movies and the TV show is he's not in on the joke. Basically, he's
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
stone faced, and
Yep.
the jokes just
Why it's
they're-
perfect. Yeah, and I
so-
will say I still love the original the best, but it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I am gonna watch it because
Yeah,
I've
you
heard
should,
good
you
things.
should.
So,
John
we have to remember,
Stedman.
we all watched The Nanny.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
actually, I didn't.
I
You
did. I
didn't
mean,
watch The Nanny?
I saw an
had a
episode here and there, but
stepmother-
I wasn't like really into it.
I had a stepmother
Wow,
who
but-
was tall and had big hair and loved to dress flashy and like thought Fran Drescher was the coolest thing since sliced bread. And so we would watch it, and I thought it was very funny.
I
just-
don't remember like the scenes I saw.
The butler
Mostly just 'cause-
slash
Yeah, the
what
butler
was his
and then
name?
the lady.
Yeah,
They
oh my
hated
God,
each other.
he was
I remember that.
brutally funny.
That was funny. I
Yeah.
remember liking that part.
Yeah.
I'd say it felt like Florence and George Jefferson because we were watching all the Jeffersons. We're almost done, and I
Mhm.
forgot. I love like some of the cuts are awesome.
Mhm.
I love it. But John Stedman
Yeah,
in this,
the
he
vet.
was. Yeah, he was the
The-
one
the
that the
horse
vet
killer.
yeah, but he is the old gas
Horse
station
killer.
attendant
Yes,
from Hell's Have Eyes.
yeah,
Oh,
and
okay,
he's
yeah.
Pop from The Longest Yard, the original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He lived to be not quite 100, but he got. I mean, he was pushing. He,
Nice.
he was born in 1939 and died in 1993. So he.
And he was in Fade to Black. We covered that on the
Okay.
Spooky Flicks Festival.
Yeah.
Back.
Oh
And he
yeah,
was-
that's an intense movie.
Yeah, and he was in Cheech and Chong's next movie, which is a funny.
What's their next movie?
Stop it! Just stop it! I remember I watched that Cheech and Chong's next movie. I watched that with my dad, and I actually thought I was going to kill him because he laughed so hard that he had he started coughing. I thought, oh my god, am I going to have to?
Oh.
My dad, he loved that movie. So,
So Carrie Arquette played someone named Anne, and I'm trying to remember who that was in the movie.
I have no idea.
Well, there was an angry nurse that was mad.
Yeah.
No,
Fran
but that was
Drescher's
Nurse
character.
Duncan. That was
Nurse Duncan.
Yeah.
Wait, one of the horse girls, maybe?
Maybe. The reason I bring it up because of Arquette, I'm wondering if she was any relation to the Arquette clan, but I don't think she was in anything else, so maybe not. I don't know.
No, the reason I said the horse killer is that this, I mean, the most brutal thing in that was actually because when it falls and it rolls over, I'm sure it wasn't Linda Blair, but the stunt woman, it was like, oh my God, because a horse is heavy, it can crush you. Yeah, and it rolled over. I was like, I saw that. God, that scene was brutal.
I thought so. And they did a good job because I mean, a lot of times with stunt, you can tell it's somebody that's not the actor or actress. And honestly,
they did good. You could. It was like, did Linda Blair roll on the?
Although Linda Blair has been a horse lover her whole life and has ridden, so she was an experienced rider.
Which is why it's horses in it, because it's a dog in the novel. I think I read they changed that because she loved horses. Yeah. But again, it fell down, it broke its leg. Oh, we have to euthanize him. Wait.
Yeah,
what?
Drew and I went down a rabbit hole trying to be like, that's always a trope in movies, and I'm like, do they always have to do that? Because that doesn't seem like I can
shoot it. Yeah, in every Western, oh my God, it's broken.
Well, back then I believe that. Like I believe that if a lot of horses got broken,
now,
they just
couldn't they have? I mean, maybe it would have been a horse that couldn't jump anymore, but why kill it because it breaks?
Those were my questions as well. And so when we looked into it last night, because we were
what did you find?
Having
report. What did you find?
It depends on the break. It depends on the quality of life for the horse and how much, I guess, horses' legs, because of their size and because of their structure, are pretty fragile. And so it really depends on the severity of the break and what the recovery would be looking like and how much suffering the horse would be during that
because
time.
I think if they have to, because like keeping that weight on that leg, they just ultimately would never be able to walk again. You don't want that animal to have to like just lay in a field.
So the answer is it depends. It still does happen, but it depends.
But in this one, it fell over, and the vet. Oh, it's breaking. Oh, his leg is broken.
I almost felt like he didn't check the leg either. He
not at all. He was already filling up.
Ready to go.
Oh, it's broken. Its leg's broken. There.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what you do with horses, but there was a.
Yeah, he's like, I need some glue. I need some glue.
There was a doctor in Eastern Oregon who shot some cows that trespassed onto his land, and so his nickname in the 80s was Dr. Cowvorkian, like in the late 80s, early 90s, which my grandparents thought was hilarious because they lived out there, and it was rancher country, so there'd be land disputes all the time, and like your animals are on my land wrecking my vegetation or whatever, and like I guess there was a whole thing. So I don't know what the horse equivalent of that name would be, but I feel like that doctor is that he's
horse meat and glue. That's what the vet was hoping for. All right. Well, is there anybody else, Peter, from this wonderful motion picture that you want to discuss?
Nah, the director didn't really direct anything other than this, or maybe a movie or two. But
well, I think we've talked about Wes Craven.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say something about Lois Duncan, who wrote the book. If I ever come across the paperback for this, I would love to just read it. I think it'd be a fun, quick read. She wrote several books that were kind of like young adult novels and stuff. But one of the things she wrote was I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yep.
And I thought that was very interesting. And I'd heard that before, but I hadn't it hadn't gelled. Yeah. And then they came out with the new movie from that franchise this year. And so I was listening to a podcast, Guide to the Unknown, if anyone's curious, where they kind of went in deep with the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies and had a funny discussion about it. But then they talked about Lois Duncan, and she definitely had some feelings about the original movie when it came out, and went through some personal tragedies that sort of made her not want to write kind of violent fiction anymore.
Yeah. I remember she had done I Know What You Did Last Summer. Did you ever read it? Did you ever read the original?
No, I actually would be curious to read it.
I feel like I started it at some point, and I don't remember why I didn't finish. It wasn't that it was bad or anything. I think it was I was an adult, obviously, because I did it based on the fact that the movie had come out. So at that point, I was an adult. But so I was probably in my 20s, and I don't remember. I think I might have even been teaching or substitute teaching, because I seem to remember going down to our little library in the school, and they had it, and like that's where I got it from. So I don't remember why I didn't finish it though. Oh well.
I have to say the film, I might have grown in some appreciation for it over the years, but like I remember at the time when it came out, and I saw it on VHS in the freshman dorms when it came out, and I didn't care for it. I was like, this isn't fun. I like my slashers to be more fun, and so I thought Scream was really fun. I loved Scream 1, and I loved the sequel to Scream as a kid, and then I also I know people think they're terrible, but I liked the Urban Legend movie.
I love
the
those.
first one and the
fun.
second one are
They're
pretty fun. And I liked Cherry Falls. And so I was like,
Yep.
I like this kind of slasher. I like this, but like I think there was so much bleakness in the world of I Know What You Did Last Summer before the killings even happened. Like it just seems like a sad, dark town. And I just thought, you know, maybe it's messed up, but I want my slashers to be kind of fun. Like that's
interesting, because I get your point, and I tend to agree with you. I for whatever reason at that time, because I was so into Scream too, Scream and Scream 2, I really remember enjoying it. The one I hated was the sequel with Jack Black.
Oh, that is a hot mess.
Brandy and like Jack Black with his Rastafarian nonsense. Oh my God. I remember being like, what in the hell is actually happening? Because I thought it was going to be more
idiotic.
Serious. Yeah. Oh, that was so rough. And not in a fun way, if memory serves.
Well, and it's like also, I don't think with that movie, I don't think they were trying to have a lot of, I mean, maybe with Jack Black's character, they were trying to have comic relief, but they didn't, it's not like, it's like, Urban Legends, people are like, that movie is terrible. That movie knows what it's doing.
It
is very tongue-in-cheek. It is like, here's the Pop Rocks and soda. And like, they make a joke about one of the characters being on Dawson's Creek at the time. And so it's like,
Pacey was in that movie, right?
Yeah. And it's like, it's got an edge of silly. And Rebecca Gayheart goes full tilt with her performance.
Yeah.
And I love it. I was like, yes. Like,
isn't Danielle Harris? Is she in the sequel?
She's in the first one.
Oh, the first one.
As a goth.
That's right. I honestly
lead.
have not seen that movie since probably the early 2000s. I need to revisit that.
If it's streaming and I've got free time, I will watch it.
Yeah, I have this weird.
I
have a weird nostalgia for that era as well. And yeah, like that Valentine. Remember with David Boreanaz?
I liked Valentine too. That's a good one. Yeah.
There were several. I remember digging them, and I mean, yes, I know as it went on, they got progressively bad and blah blah blah. But that always.
But there was a whole slew of them at that time, and I kind of ate them up, all of them.
Scream, just like Halloween for it.
Yeah.
I love the 80s era of slashers, and there's a bunch of those that are cheesy as hell and weird and fun. And so I just feel like that revival was kind of scratching a similar itch.
Yes, definitely was. Yeah. So I guess then are we all on the same page that we actually like this movie? Because I really did.
Are we going into how creepy looking Lee Purcell looks at the end
my God.
I love it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that was straight up.
White eyes and red. It's like
hair gets bigger, and she wears this witchy black like negligee dress, and like
her hair gets bigger as if the hairs in this movie is not big enough.
No, like Susan Lucci's hair gets bigger the more she reveals her evil.
Little known fact: evil characters have big hair.
Well,
or their hair gets, I think, because Linda Blair's character starts out with the biggest hair of all, and it will not be conquered. But I would say that, like, if a woman's hair gets progressively bigger in the 80s, it's often a sign that she's like either possessed or unhinged. Because, like, Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters, when she's inhabited by Zool, her hair suddenly gets like
I think it's a very good shorthand to say, make it look wild and crazy, and then people
and the hair Linda Blair had in this one, I bet you, even if she walks out in the rain, her scalp does not get wet. Her hair was like this in this one. I mean, it was the time. I'm not knocking it, but it was like, oh man.
Yeah,
his hairs were big.
His hair, 80s mall hair before 80s mall hair was.
Yeah, I mean it's 1978, so like perms were starting to be like a big thing.
Big thing.
Obviously, yeah.
Perms and roller skates.
No.
Yeah.
So no, but Lee Purcell at the end of this movie, it is really intense when we get to that chase scene and all that, and when she with the car and their mom.
Yeah. That fight sequence, like the fight between the two of them, that was really well choreographed. It was good. It was, and that's the thing about Craven too, you know, because he had done Last House, he had done Hills Have Eyes. I think whenever he does violence, he wants it to feel painful. Like he wants, he does not. I always got from interviews and everything else, got the distinct feeling like he is a guy who very much believed, you know, violence was wrong and thought exploitation, ironically, because people are like, oh, his movies were exploitative. No, I don't think they were meant to be that way. Like, I don't, because I know Glass House for him was an answer to all the like Eastwood, like, even though I enjoy all this kind of movies, the spaghetti westerns and everything. But to his point, people get shot and then it's like, oh, and they fall. It's like, no, that's not real life. That's not what it's like.
He was also informed by what was going on with the Vietnam War at the time. And then they were really disturbed by that. And they wanted to sort of capture the essence of that, you know? And so he incorporated some of that brutality into that movie because that was what people were witnessing in the news every day.
Yeah. But I think it carried over even that fight scene. I thought this looks more intense than your typical TV
this
movie
fight scene.
It's
there's
good,
the other moment where I kind of had a little laugh at, because the witch, she runs in, takes the photo and starts and sets it on fire. I was like, you do know they're negatives, right?
Right.
Don't be so
kids
cocky.
today wouldn't know, Peter. Kids today
know.
wouldn't know. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I didn't even think about that. But that's a good point.
So I don't want to derail us really hard, but like we just watched the movie Clown in a Cornfield.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's streaming now. It's fun. If you like a fun slasher, I thought it was a fun time. But there is a scene where a kid is like trying to get help and the only phone available is a rotary phone. Like they don't have cell service. And she's like, I don't know how to use this. And I was just like, oh, that's so real.
That's so real.
I mean, I know because I'm 45, you know, like they were around when I was a child, but like, it just, I was just thinking about these poor kids. I'm like, oh, it's not that hard. You're just like letting your mind psych yourself out.
Yeah.
She needed that Fisher Price
wait for
toy.
the tone
and then start.
But it was a huge pain if you're in a hurry. You're like, I need to dial quickly.
But you do get that satisfying ding when you slam down the receiver. Damn it! So sad.
If you slam down your cell phone today, you get a cracked screen.
Well, it's satisfying because you break the phone, and then you have to be without it for a few days.
And again, like I said, or tried to say it, which is why it's important for people. This is survival mode. We need people, the young people of today, to watch these older movies so they learn to use a rotary phone.
Yeah, because you never know, man. You never know. All right. So I loved it. I actually, honestly, I have to rewatch Invitation to Hell, but I think of all the Wes Craven TV movies he covers so far, this is probably my favorite.
Which one? Nice. This one or Invitation to Hell?
No, this one. And then Invitation to Hell, then Chiller. Yeah, Chiller would be a third. Chiller wasn't horrible. Like I didn't hate Chiller, but
Invitation to Hell had finger lasers. Okay.
Yes, it did. Oh, it's bonkers.
The thing I was appreciating rewatching is how different each of the TV movies we've watched of his are. Like he's very versatile because the look and feel of Chiller is a totally different.
Yep.
It's a different environment. Movie. It's a different world, and then Invitation to Hell is absolutely nuts.
It is just out of there.
This movie goes nuts, but it's a little more grounded.
Way more,
Exactly. And honestly, this movie, I feel like you can feel the young adult novel vibes in it. You know, I feel like this could, if this was being done today, I feel like it would pair with like a Fear Street movie. You know?
Yeah.
There's actually in this movie, there's a WTF moment when she pulls out that weird looking thingy with hair.
I was
like, what the actual hell is that? Does that look
witchcraft?
Yeah, it looks very.
I know where you're going with this, Peter. It's not an American Pie movie.
No.
What the hell is my cousin into?
I was like, what the. It was just.
I think Drew's question was, "Is that a mandrake root?"
Yeah, I did kind of have that. Yeah, it looked like that. Yeah, I thought it was like a big sweet potato or something. I wasn't even sure.
It did look like a sweet potato. Yeah, I think it was a sweet potato.
Yam. It's a yam.
with horsey hair on it.
Yeah, that's really gross. But yeah, no, really liked it.
It was a good one.
Yeah, it's a fun early West. Well, yeah, with early because it's within the first couple movies he made, third movie. So definitely recommend it.
People go into it. It is a slow burn, and then it starts out really.
But it's a slow burn in a good way because there's character stuff. And it's interesting. It's not boring.
Exactly. It sets up the atmosphere into it, and then we go. I feel like we stay slow.
You know what bugs me, Peter? There used to be this thing called a first act, you see, and I love how I'm like talking to you like you have no idea what I'm talking about. And
the days of rotary phones.
Yeah, the days of rotary. You also had this thing called a first act where you would actually build character, and you would actually allow the story to like set up so that
they also have Act 2 and 3.
They actually did. They actually did, and they would pay off. So we didn't call that a slow burn. We called that like the ebbs and flows of a narrative story.
I'm gonna write this down.
You should write that down for later. It's useful information. It really is. But anyway, yeah. So to me, this had a good first. It's 90 minutes, and it's got a good, strong first act, and the second act builds up the tension. Other than her doing a couple of dumb things, it goes in the third act, and it's satisfying. And I love the sort of like poetic irony of the way it ends with not the end. We really didn't address that, but the poetic irony or the sort of like the fact that she goes to run them over, like the mom happens to the perfect timing, which you could say is a massive quickie, but you know what? So I go with it. It's fun. That she ends up getting herself killed in the end. Although I feel like they made him add that very Carrie-esque, like you have to add on the car pulls up. I love that we try to do the POV shot like we don't know who it's going to be.
Right.
But I was like, wouldn't she have I felt like she should be like a scar or something.
Right.
Happened.
It was a fiery otter. Well, I don't know. She's a witch. Maybe she's pulling a glamour. Like, do we even know if she's a young person? Like, you don't even necessarily know that she's a young woman. Like,
that's true.
Could be.
That's true. They said she was the housekeeper or whatever of the.
Because maybe we should have mentioned that at the start of the movie, the car crash
with they said with the housekeeper and the parents of Julia.
Yeah.
But they've never seen Julia before, so they don't know what she really looks like.
So it turns out that apparently it was Julia in the car crash with the parents, and then.
That's a good point. I think about that. Maybe she's able to mask her.
I wrote one thing
it's
down.
Not addressed, but it's possible.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Let's see. I wrote down Dad and Julia, just because we
already said ew.
Yeah, we touched about it,
really
and it's like,
it's creepy.
And the mom sees it.
Yeah.
It's,
to redeem himself, I think he's like, I don't remember anything since Thursday.
And Drew laughed my ass. I was like,
great line.
Drew made a comment. He's like, and the mother will just have to try and forget what she saw.
Exactly.
She was not bewitched.
Dad, conveniently you couldn't remember
I literally
anything.
said out loud when he goes, last week I remember waking up in the dark room and I remember nothing before that. And I went, I bet you don't. Okay. Yet he say, I'm so sorry to his daughter about us. So he acknowledged some awareness that they didn't listen to her or didn't believe her. So you remember that, but not the massages and the late night strawberry eating.
Oh, God, gross.
It was so.
And the only thing the mom says, maybe you shouldn't she didn't. It's just that whole conversation afterwards in the bedroom. It's like maybe you shouldn't show her that much appreciation because that could be misunderstood. Yeah, exactly. I was like, really? You should kind of go wailing on this man because he is at this point.
But in his defense, he was put under a spell.
But
I
think didn't know that
in 1978, I hadn't been born yet, but I get the impression just from all the media I've consumed over the years from this era that people were just not as careful or worried about incestual relationships were more in stories and presented.
I feel
and
it was
true. And it wasn't it was normalized, but it wasn't necessarily
as taboo.
Treated, well, it wasn't necessarily treated as much as a hard line, this is abuse. This is, I mean,
I get what you're saying.
she's the witch cousin that's not actually the cousin is, you know, a young adult. She's an adult, but it's still like that's her elder, that's supposed to be her family member, and he's just going along with the seduction instead of being like, whoa, no.
Yeah,
like,
that's the part that there's,
okay.
and that's why you have to assume maybe there was some spell, only because there's never even like a hesitation on his part of like, awkward. Like, my wife
Yeah, I
could be
mean,
right
he
with
also
this.
steals the boyfriend.
Oh, that's
he was
true.
real quick going over to Julia's side, and then real quick going over to what was her name?
Rachel.
Yeah, he seemed like a real winner, that guy.
Yeah, really. Yeah. All right, well, cool. I'm glad we did this one. This was fun.
Yeah,
so what's our next? Actually, I think Allison picked this one, right?
No,
did I?
Actually,
you did. Or no?
Video Tasties. Gareth.
Garrett.
Oh, I just realized. Should we have had him on?
Oh no!
I feel bad. Sorry, Gareth.
You'll have to ask him later.
You're going to talk to him next Friday anyway.
I was just saying, I'm going to be streaming with him next Friday. And to be fair, full disclosure, he I think is streaming today anyway, so I don't think he could have done it. But
he's streaming all the time.
Yes, he streams a lot. He's a streamer.
He's a busy.
Maybe I'll invite him to either whatever the next movie pick, or maybe Trucks. Maybe he could do one of those with us to make up for it.
Oh yeah.
But good pick.
Yeah. It was.
Because we blame people if it's a bad one, right?
That's right. Damn right.
They are
everybody's
your fault.
And basically, when we come down to it, I put the list together. So if you don't have anyone to blame, it's always me.
Always. Well, that goes on saying.
Yeah. So that will strike Summer of Fear off the list.
Yes.
So whoever wants to pick a number.
Ooh, okay. I don't know.
You know, I think I went last. I picked Annihilator, which led to Catherine Mary Stewart being here.
Oh, yeah.
And then she picked.
And then she picked
the Eyes of Cheryl Sand.
So it is your turn.
I'm making my thing shake.
Let's
Okay.
see. 76 is the highest number.
Okay.
I'm
52.
We have never done 52.
No, because this is a new list.
Oh, true.
52. Oh, okay. This wasn't Testament. Let's see. 52 is from 1990, and it's The Face of Fear. I know this.
Oh, 90s.
Yeah.
We don't have a great track record though, other than The Haunting or Haunted or whatever.
I mean, there's a Wes Craven 1990.
Oh, that's
I hope to watch at some point.
That's a fair point. Okay, I don't want to be cynical about it.
I think I know which one this is, and I have seen that. I've even read the novel.
What's it called again? I'm going to write it down.
The Face of Fear from 1990.
Face of Fear. That sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, it does kind of a Lifetime.
No, I think it's.
Not to knock that. There's some good ones. Like
I know there. I will straight up
watch Cheerleader.
I just watched that. We just watched that the other day.
The writer, God.
I keep having to explain to Drew who Kelly Martin is. I'm like, you've seen her. She was on.
Quirky.
She was
I like
everywhere
on, man.
Yeah. I was like, she was everywhere in the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah. I forgot.
I was like,
I'd seen Death of a Cheerleader. Oh, that's right. I'd seen Death of a Cheerleader like when it came out. I think way back in the. Yeah, it's so much fun. So much fun.
But she's done so many things.
It is that one. I know this.
Oh, you know it is. Will I be happy or angry?
Well, I'll tell you the
I love the idea
the guy who wrote the novel.
Who wrote
Dean
the novel?
R. Koontz.
Oh, Koontz.
Ooh, okay.
Even she's called Koontz adaptations.
Yeah,
I like
it. Go either way. Okay. Sometimes there's some of the.
Oh no, some of them have been horrible, but it's still kind of watchable. Like Phantoms with Affleck. I think isn't he? Yeah.
Listen, have you read the novel?
Phantoms?
Yeah.
No, but I did read. I read Watchers. I read several of his actually.
I remember reading Phantoms, and I was. This was when we lived up in the big house, like way out of town.
Yeah.
And I had me and Dad had kind of split the house in two. Well, not literally, but he lived in one end of the other. So I had a huge bedroom/room. And there was one light that was with my bed, and I was reading this book, and I swear I was so scared. I was reading till I fell asleep because I was scared to put it down and turn out the lights. That book is terrifying.
That's good. Well, the movie was not.
Nah.
Was Rose McGowan in that too? I think she was.
She might have been. I
think
I still have it on Laserdisc.
In Phantoms?
Yeah, pretty sure.
It's been a while since I watched that.
Yeah,
I think I still have it on Laserdisc.
Directed it. We've done the 6th Halloween. Same guy, I think, directed both. And
I don't remember the movie super well, but I remember liking it better than I
Rose
thought it
McGowan
was going to. It's kind of Lovecraftian, isn't it?
Yeah. It's funny. I don't remember hate. Like my sense memory. I've not seen it since like 95 or 6 or whenever it came out. I don't remember hating it though. I remember.
You know what? The first two Coons novels I read was Phantoms and Whispers.
Oh, okay.
And Whispers is terrifying. They made that into a movie too, I think.
It made several hits.
Yeah.
They've done. I know the Intensity TV movie was pretty good. As far as the adaptations of his go, but there haven't been a lot that have been. I mean, some of them I've enjoyed, but they've not been received.
And again, since I was a Coons fan, I read a whole slew of his novels and short stories and everything. And sometimes it's like, and again, we know about this with great novels and the movies, or maybe
I feel like the Watchers, and I know Watchers 2 is probably closer than the actual book Watchers, but I feel like Watchers could have been made.
Yeah, that was weird watching that movie. Watching that movie after reading the novel, it's like,
you're like, Corey Haim, what
hell is this?
Yeah,
but the movie was fine. It's just not it wasn't the novel.
I said Watchers 2, I think, is closer to maybe what the novel.
Yeah, I think so.
Mark Singer, right? Is it Mark Singer? I think it's Mark Singer.
When did Watchers come out?
The original 88.
Yeah.
I think it's like 88.
Okay.
And the sequel was like 90-ish.
Okay.
Something like that. Wasn't
Tracy Scoggins? It was Tracy Scoggins and I think Mark Singer.
I think Mark Singer is right.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Beastmaster? Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. But one of the Watchers sequels wasn't. She was on the show. We had Lisa
Wilcox. Yeah, she
was.
I think it was the fourth one.
Yeah, probably.
And I think Mark Hamill was in one of them. Maybe it was the same one that she was in. I don't know.
Might have been.
I've only seen the first two. I don't think I saw the third and the fourth one.
I don't think either. But I know she was in.
I used to have the poster for 2. Yeah. What are you gonna do? All right, so we got the movie. The next movie we're doing, The Face of Fear, a Dean Koontz adaptation. You know it's gonna be good. Allison.
Yes.
In the meantime, where can they find you?
Well, as always here. And you can catch my old previous podcast, The Haunted Davenport, at the haunteddavenport.com or on Apple Podcasts or Podbean, or, I think it might be a few other places as well. You can just Google it if you're interested. You can see my artwork, at littlewingfairyart.com, and also on social media, same name. Also, if you're interested in Halloween stuff, you can check out Clark Memorial Gardens on Instagram.
Or they can go see the physical that you posted, because the last thing you posted, I was like, I need to go there.
we need teleportation technology.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. If you're in the Portland area, I do have a small booth upstairs at the Memory Den, which is Portland's largest vintage mall, and it's in the east side downtown, what used to be the old produce row area where they used to pack food. So I actually vend out of an old food processing building that's from the 20s and 30s. That's and cool. It's reportedly haunted.
That's cool.
And I with the help of Drew, we created a immersive forest themed booth that sort of looks like walking into a storybook. And right now I've been busy filling it full of vintage Halloween, which has been very fun.
It looks super cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm taking more stuff tonight to fill it even more full. So
awesome. Nice. Peter.
What is this?
Peter.
They can find me here fighting with cables.
Oh, well, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, sure.
We're going to make that a YouTube show.
Yeah. Fighting with cables.
Or Retro Movie Geek. It's been a while. So, but life happens. And where else? Facebook's and Letterboxd and on Hugh's show, it hasn't appeared yet, but we talk about it. But again, a life happens. So so basically, find me here or come find
here or there or everywhere.
Or on the interwebs. I'm there.
All right. Well, I am less and less on the interwebs every day, and it's glorious. But I can be found
on YouTube.
I can be found on YouTube, Mom and Pop Video Shop, which is where you might be watching the video version of this here podcast.
You should.
Yes, indeed. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We are so close to 1,000, man. Last I checked, it was like 921. So as we record this, it's like, so close. And let's see what. Oh, obviously, Jay the Dead's new horror movies. You can go check that. We did a review of Weapons not so very long ago. I don't want to give anything away, but I will tell you 10 out of 10, my favorite movie of the year. Freaking loved it. Freaking
After we close here, I have a question for you then.
Okay. Have you seen it?
No, it's not specifically about the movie, but it's related to the movie.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would say if you can go in completely cold. I know it's hard because people spoil crap and they suck. But if you could go in as cold as possible, the trailer shockingly only was like the first 5 minutes of the movie. Like the trailer really does not give anything away, which is awesome. If you're a fan of Barbarian, cool. Same director. He is literally like my favorite director right now because everything the guy's made. All two of them have been stellar. Yeah.
So if he quits now, it's
that's what I would do. I'd pull a Terrence Malick and just quit. Be like, I'm out.
Yeah. You only did 2 movies.
Yeah,
but look at the movies.
And then I'll come back in 20 years when I'm 70.
There you go.
That's what I do. But yeah, so let's see. Also, there's a bunch of other stuff. Obviously, you mentioned Retro Movie Geek. Why am I brain farting?
On YouTube.
Yeah, mostly YouTube at this point. Yeah, mostly. And we are gearing up. We're going to start Spooky Flicks Fest action. Here, I like to record that stuff in September so that way October's free to do actual spooky stuff and not just be recording.
Yeah.
Because
So we go back to regular movies in October. Everybody
exactly.
We watch comedies and family dramas and stuff like that.
A lot of romantic rom-coms. Yeah. Big fan of the rom-coms, Peter.
I watch horror all year.
Yeah,
every day is Halloween.
Exactly.
Leap year, Valentine's Day. Have you seen all of them? They're good.
Sure.
They are.
On that note, then, Peter, Allison, and all you wonderful watchers / listeners out there, until next time, remember, when it's late at night and you can't sleep, you might find yourself flipping through the channels. And if you do, beware, because you never know when you just might stumble across terror on the tube.